It has been a little while since I uploaded anything to YouTube, so I thought I would just have a cosy little evening chat with you while I'm here on the sofa with Penny snoozing next to me in her little orange blanket. Thought I would light some candles, make myself a cup of tea, and have a little chat with you. There's been lots going on, good stuff and bad stuff. I guess we'll start with the good. I did a bit of travelling in August and September. We'd been talking for a while about going on a cycling adventure. If you saw the vlog that I posted a couple of months ago, you might have seen the little travel case that arrived for Penny. We kind of gradually introduced it. So Sean figured out how to attach it to his bike and kind of made some adjustments to it so that it suited Penny's size a bit more. And then the first couple of times we just put Penny in it and Sean would like walk his bike. And so Penny was in the thing on the bike, but not actually at the pace of cycling. And she got quite used to that fairly quickly. And then I actually have a little clip of the first time that Sean went round the block with her on it. And you can see that she was very excited and just had the wind in her ears, was taking it all in. So we did that a few more times, just, short journeys, 5 minutes around the town where we live, until we knew that she was pretty comfortable with it. And it got to the point where she was quite excited to go and get in her little travel case. So we then decided to pack up everything into the car, our bikes, Penny, all of her stuff, all of our camping gear, and we drove up to Scotland. We got the ferry across to the Isle of Arran, and we spent a few days cycling, camping, and just having the greatest little adventure. I took quite a lot of footage when we were there with the idea of making a little bit of a travel vlog, so that may be coming. So that was one of the exciting things we had. That was back in end of August, I think. We had so much fun. And then in September, it was my birthday. We hadn't really planned to do anything, but both of our passports had expired like last year. We renewed them and they just happened to both arrive the week before my birthday. So we went on lastminute.com and we went to Rome for 3 nights, which was amazing. It's somewhere that I've always wanted to go. Stunning, and there's so much to see. We did a lot of walking, a lot of eating. We had, over the 4 days that we were there, we had pizza every day and we had ice cream every day. So we actually, got quite a lot of travelling in within those 2 months, considering we hadn't really been anywhere up until that point this year. So that is part of the reason that I've been absent from YouTube. Bad stuff is COVID. A couple of weeks ago we both got COVID and were pretty wiped out by it for sort of a week and a half, 2 weeks. I had to cancel lots of things like yoga classes. We were supposed to be going to one of my oldest friend's wedding and we couldn't. So it wasn't the funnest fortnight of my life. But I'm pretty much back to normal now. I'm still feeling the tiredness a little bit, but I've gradually been able to kind of get back to routine and back to teaching. It's amazing how tiring it is to teach yoga classes when you've been ill for a while. I couldn't believe how exhausted I felt after just like 1 hour of teaching. And it wasn't so much like the physical exertion of doing the postures, it was more the social and energetic like interaction. But this last week was the first full week of teaching that I've been back to and it went well. So I'm very glad to be back to health. Those of you who are on my mailing list, you might have seen a little update from me the other day. I mentioned the concept of santosha, which is a Sanskrit word that kind of translates to the idea of contentment, or it could be considered gratitude. So it's finding peace, finding contentment with where you are right now and what you have right now without sort of striving or wanting more. And that was a concept that came to mind when I started to feel healthy again. I think we often take our health for granted. And so having had like a fortnight nearly of feeling really rough, I'm really appreciating feeling healthy now, really feeling very grateful for my health. One of the big things that I've been planning, which I talked a bit about in the last vlog that I posted, is a big winter yoga retreat. And it's coming up now in a couple of months. It's Friday the 19th to Sunday the 21st of January 2024. It's in Norfolk and it's going to be a really special weekend of not just practicing yoga and, getting away, having a little holiday, but more importantly, taking some time to reflect and take stock I think we naturally do this at the start of a new year, whether you are someone who sets New Year's resolutions or likes to just think about goals and intentions. Another Sanskrit word that comes to mind here is svadhyaya, which is self-study or self-inquiry. I think we lean into that kind of mindset quite a lot at that turning of the new year point. So on the retreat, I'm really looking forward to guiding people through the tools that yoga gives us so that we can reflect on where we are and how we're feeling and what kind of energy and intention we want to take into this new year that's coming up. I'm getting very, very excited about it already. There are a few spaces still available, so if you're thinking of treating yourself, or maybe this is something you could put on your Christmas list, I'll put a link in the description box down below to my website so that you can see all of the details, the schedule for the retreat and the different room options. There is a payment plan option available, so you can secure your place with a deposit and then the remainder of your ticket costs can be spread over the next few months. I think that's most of my updates. Oh wait, let me show you what I've been working on. So I realised when I had COVID that I didn't really have any like hobbies that I could do just on the sofa. Other than reading, but my brain was a bit too foggy really to focus on reading. So I decided that I would... Wait, can you guess? Can you guess what hobby I decided I was going to try and do? Knitting. I decided that I was going to try to knit. I've never really tried it before. My grandma was a big knitter. She used to be constantly knitting things and knit the most incredible jumpers, scarves, like, you know, everything, but really intricate, really amazing patterns. Like, now that I've been trying to teach myself how to knit, I have a real appreciation for how skilled she was with it. I made the mistake, first of all, of ordering this like very thin yarn, I don't know if you can see, and very thin knitting needles, and I was just trying to teach myself like the basic stitches. I wasn't quite getting it right. I didn't quite know what I was doing. So I did a bit more Googling and realised that it would be much easier to get some thicker yarn to practice with. And I am trying really hard. It's not perfect, but I am making myself a scarf. This is project number one. I started and then had to, you know, pick it all off and start again a couple of times, but I've now kind of got into a bit of a rhythm, and I'm really proud of myself. I haven't quite figured out how to like hold the knitting needles in the perfect way. I find that after a little while my thumbs get really achy, so I think I'm maybe not holding them in like the most efficient way. But I've got a bit of a scarf. I think it's going to take me a really long time to get it to a length that I can actually wear, but practice. It's all practice. So there you go. That's all of my updates. I've been traveling, I've had COVID, I've been learning to knit, and now I am back here on YouTube. And I'm planning on making lots more content to share with you. There's going to be some yoga practices, there's going to be some more sort of chatty videos where we talk about all kinds of subjects around yoga. One of the things I've been thinking about recently is the way yoga is portrayed on social media, and particularly the sort of sexualization of yoga. Is sexualization a word? You know what I mean though, if it's not. It is a word, isn't it? Still got a bit of the COVID brain fog, I think. I'll blame it on that. But that's a subject that I have been sort of mulling over a bit, and maybe that will be a video that will come soon. Also, chaturanga is a pose that I've always had some issues with in terms of teaching it and how it's often practiced. So that's something maybe I will be making a video about soon. It's been really fun to have a bit of a chat with you again. It feels like I'm getting in touch with old friends who I haven't spoken to for a while. Thank you for watching, and I will definitely be uploading again soon, I promise. It's not going to be 2 months again.